Start the Story, written by T.P. Tovenaar, recited by the Twitchy Witch, and dedicated to Rosanna and all social workers. I was chatting to a dear friend of mine, Rosanna was her name, a brilliant, dedicated social worker, now disgusted with the social game that played with the lives of the vulnerable, toyed with the dignity of the poor, wasting millions and billions in the name of salvation to preserve the lives of misery for whom we're not sure. I asked her to tell me of her most challenging case, the one she'll never forget, and she spoke of a young woman called Tracy, whom she leaves in the system with regret. Tracy was a girl of 22, with 12 children from different fathers. She lived in a council house provided by the state, spending her child allowance on booze and drugs for others, usually boyfriends who swore to love her by pimping her out for some extra cash, to supplement the benefits she got from the government for flat-screen TVs and designer trainers. She forgot about her baby's nappy rash. Now, to hard-working Brits, to those who have, Tracy is abhorrent. She's scum, a slapper, a chav, the dregs of society, a common lazy sponge, draining the country of its wealth and decency, breeding like a rat to pay for a half-life of grunge. Forcibly sterilise her, remove her womb, make her work like the rest of us to lift herself out of her poverty doom. These were the solutions Rosanna would hear to solve the Tracy problem, to remove this societal smear, and these societal fixes would come from the stewards of Tracy's fate, police, doctors and judges who could see the failure of the state to solve problems like Tracy, preferring instead to contain them in cycles of deprivation and violence. State systems devoid of dignity render uncomfortable truths silent. And to these suggestions, Rosanna's answer was always the same. Where do you start this story? Who plays the victim in this game? Because before Tracy was a negligent mother, she was an innocent child, prostituted and gang raped by her father and his friends, tortured and tormented for their laughs and their smiles. To her, rape was an affection. She found intimacy in her rapist told. It was far better than being tied with a metal chain, being urinated on and made to eat from a dog bowl. And when she had her first baby, still a baby herself at 12, the feeling of unconditional love overpowered and overwhelmed, a high more beautiful than the dopest stuff, a love so pure she couldn't get enough, and unfailingly, social services took each baby away. But I'll be a good mum this time. Please can my baby stay? She would howl like a wounded animal, the removed love a gaping pain. And when she was out of hospital, she would rape love to get pregnant again. And the babies would be thrown into foster care, damaged through no fault of their own. And now our compassion for Tracy and her children, and our hatred for her father, has grown. But once again, Rosanna's words are plain. Where do you start this story? Who is the victim in this game? And now she tells Tracy's father's story of a little boy horribly abused, beaten by an angry stepfather who sold his mother for men to use, running away from home, imprisoned for crime, pretty jailbait, repeatedly raped. In prison, he in his anger did their time. It makes no difference where you draw the line, where you start the story, whom you blame this time. Victims or perpetrators, it's all the same. These are all human beings suffering in pain, a pain that's perpetuated by the systems created not out of love, but out of punishment and hatred. Systems inefficiently fat and slow, designed to trample human spirit when it has no place to go. Brutalized bodies, broken souls, hidden away in welfare hell holes.